Hi, if you clicked on this video, you may suffer from taking things way too personally, as I do. So I hope that we can bond together in this video and whatever else. First of all, why do we take things so personally? I was gonna say seriously. We take things, first of all, it's because we take things seriously, that we take them personally. But it's possible we may be insecure. We may tie ourselves and our worth and our identity to our work that we put out. Those may be things that we do that may sound familiar to you. So that when criticism or feedback comes our way, it feels like a personal attack and it freaking hurts. Okay, here are some strategies though. This is the meat of the video. Number one, create emotional distance. So at all times, while we all learned social distancing or physical distancing rather, in the COVID-19 pandemic, we can emotionally distance ourselves from things like our work. Here's a metaphor I like to use. It is gearing up with your plexiglass. So at all times, it's like when, like at Walmart, or for example, when they had those plexiglass up and you could see things happening, right? You could see the person in front of you, but like you couldn't get their spit and like it couldn't actually hit you. That's what we feel like with feedback and criticism. If you have your plexiglass up and you have this fine layer, you can still see everything that's happening in front of you, but it can't hit you as hard because you've created some distance there. Hopefully I explained that pretty well. I do have another video where I talk about it. I think I also talk about it on a podcast. Yes, I will link that. Number two, I always love to practice affirmations. And the reason why is because they work. You are more than your work. You don't work to live. It's not about you. You are very small, yet you contain multitudes. All of these affirmations can be true. Affirmations can be true and factual, like you contain multitudes, or they can be aspirational, like this is a bad example, but I'm more than my work or something, like progress over perfection. Like if that's an affirmation you use, or maybe like a mantra, that might not be fact yet for you, but it's aspirational. In my opinion, this is strategy 3. Defensiveness is the number one easiest solution that you can employ when someone starts saying stuff about you or your work. Okay? Actually, compassionate education is what I'm calling it, is much harder, but it's also the solution. Because a lot of times when you're being defensive, you're just trying to educate the other person about why they're wrong. Really though, you can do that in a different way without being defensive. You could use something called compassionate education. Okay, the fourth strategy is to build confidence within yourself. So as a person who seems confident because I put myself on the internet, that's actually not always the case. I'm actually still working on building confidence and self-esteem within myself. So one thing I do that's a tangible thing that I can do is make a referenceable list of achievements and accomplishments or things that I've got going for me and have that next to me, because that helps me build confidence, knowing that I can do things, I have done things, I've done them well, and I feel good about them. That helps you build confidence. Like my number one goal with You Seem Normal, which is my channel, blog, Instagram, and soon to be book, is to be proud of my work on You Seem Normal. That's my number one goal. There's no other goal there. There's secondary goals and priority goals, but that's the number one goal. And the reason why is because You Seem Normal is a way for me to build confidence in all aspects of my life, really. And then whatever number we're on, 5, recognize if you taking things personally is a pattern, and if so, like what's the pattern? Is it if they go after a certain thing? Probably. Or is it all over the board? No matter what you hear, you take it so slightly. Any slight remark that maybe has to do with you, you take so personally. That's a pattern too. Identifying what that is will help you better address exactly what that is, because maybe you create affirmations around that specific thing. Thanks a whole bunch for watching this video. If you take things personally, show me that you relate by giving it a like. I'd also like to let you know I am on Instagram and I do have a blog, so feel free to check those out. I'm actually writing a book, and book update for those who are curious, I've hit 30,000 words, which is like 2 of my 3 main bulky sections. So I printed it out for myself as a treat so I could just like hold it, and it's been really cool. But anyway, just encouraging you to subscribe if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in the future, or your future self would thank you for. Okay, that's all. Bye.